example, tier one is a Weebly, which is a Web 2.0. Can I build tier two links? So 100 Web 2.0s and point at tier one Weebly. All Web 2.0 are with high quality content and unique. Kind of want to get out Paint since we haven't used Paint in a while. Let's do a little Paint.
I mean, the answer is
Wait. Let me have my fun here.
all right.
All right, we get a color. So here's the money site.
Nice.
So that's your actual website, right? And then we'll do blue is his Weebly Web 2.0. So it's a little Web 2.0, little mini website. And now he wants to link to his money site from that, right?
Mm.
And now he's saying, I want to build 100 more Web 2.0s as tier two links, which means they're all going to link to this Weebly. So they're essentially trying to power up this Weebly with a bunch of other Web 2.0 links. Back to the question, blah, blah, blah. Oops. Kind of blah, blah, blah. So high quality content and unique. So yeah, absolutely you can do this. My problem with this is, so the point that usually when you point links at a Web 2.0, you want to kind of piggyback on the authority of the root domain of the Web 2.0. And so essentially you're trying to power this up, trying to power its authority up with more authoritative links. And a lot of times people will use some of the more like black hat stuff for this, for example, PBNs, or just kind of like cheaper stuff on Fiverr or whatever. Usually it's kind of cheaper links because, let's be real, if it's a super good high quality link, you're probably just going to want to point it to your main website instead in most cases, right? I won't say that tiered link building doesn't have any purpose. Tiered link building absolutely is a good thing. Just makes your overall kind of network stronger, and it just adds a little bit of a different element to your link building. But when you're building all these 100 Web 2.0s, it's great that they're all unique and unique content and good content and all that. That's exactly what you need to be doing. The problem is these are all going to be authority level 0. So you're essentially trying to power up a Web 2.0, which has an authority of 0, with a bunch of other Web 2.0s that have an authority of 0. And so it definitely wouldn't be my first choice as far as building tiered links. What do you think about that, Nick?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
whenever
better
I
than nothing.
read, I'm getting 100 tiered link building Web 2.0s, and there's unique content. Sorry, but typically it's BS. Typically 100 Web 2.0s is an
Yeah.
order on some sort of other marketplace
I was
with
just
different
thinking about
kinds of
that too. I was like,
things.
that's a
And
lot of
yeah, it's like you think about how much you have to pay just on like iWriter for
100
garbage
articles.
content,
Yeah.
100, like it doesn't sound very efficient. And like Chris said, if you're going to do that, then why wouldn't you just use those Web 2.0s that are all unique to send press towards your main website? Because the fact of the matter is, over, history, a lot of Web 2.0 kind of communities, they do interlink between each other and they do share each other's stories. And, they kind of operate like, real websites. Like that's what they're supposed to do. So when I think about this, it's like, well, best practices that we preach over here when it comes to backlinking in general, that spreads across all tiered link building as well. So if you want to do tiered link building, that's great. It's awesome. But diversify that link profile. So instead of 100 Web 2.0s, 5 Web 2.0s, a few directories, do a blend, blog comments, different things that are going to narrate a different kind of thing to Google crawlers, right? Which is, this isn't cookie cutter kind of stuff you can go order somewhere. It's like, it's a blend of something. And that
Yeah.
diversity is going to take things a lot further. So I would probably think less is going to be more here. Now, mind you, if you are getting 100 tiered Web 2.0 links with unique content at a really good price, then consider maybe breaking that up into multiple networks of tiered Web 2.0. So instead of just the one Weebly getting powered up by 100, let's turn that into 10 Web 2.0s with 10 Web
That's a really good
2.0s
idea.
attached to them, right? So
And
just
then
spread
mix
it
in
out a
some
bit.
other stuff as well, like maybe a little PBN at each one,
Yeah.
to kind of mix it up rather than yeah, this a bunch of Web 2.0s
But
everywhere.
but
So
also, oh, sorry.
he actually added another part to the question, which is, can I interlink all of them? And to that point, I would say I wouldn't want to do that. You're at that point, you're kind of starting to build what we call like a footprint, right? You're showing Google that all of these things that you're using to power up your site are not individual sources of link juice, but rather one person that's working to create some kind of network of sites linking to a site, right? So, if we think about this, like in the case of PBNs, that's a very, 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 very big no-no. You
Yeah.
just get popped instantly, right?
Yeah, but even
Um,
with, I mean, we had a client in MLB recently who was doing that with what are essentially a network of money sites. And when we saw that, okay, well, here's the red flag that's stopping this thing from moving is that they've got a network of sites that even if there's nothing that's concrete against TOS that's going to de-index the site, it's unnatural. So if something looks completely odd, like something's being manipulated, why would Google even take the risk of rewarding that site in the SERPs? This is the kind of stuff we're trying to prevent. You do not want to look like an SEO. And the more you try and pay attention to what's natural in the SERPs, which can actually be a wide variety of different things, the more you're going to be able to get longevity out of these networks that you're trying to build. But typically, yeah, try and keep things looking like they belong to different individuals, and you're going to resonate a lot more, a lot better. Well,
all right. So yeah, I mean, so just my whole feel from this surrender is it feels like you're really trying to like up your link building game, and I'm guessing it's because it sounds like maybe budget's a concern or whatever, and you're just kind of trying to figure out some kind of way to go about things to kind of really try to like game the system. And we're open to the more black hat ideas as well, even though we're definitely more we like to build in a much more like sustainable kind
I'll
of white/gray hat way these days. But I just feel like even as a black hat tactic, this is pretty weak, right? Just unless the 100 Web 2.0s is a network of Web 2.0s that someone owns and they have built these up over time and have links pointing to them as well, which have increased their authority, then they would make much better tier two links. But even then, like Nick said, it'd be much better to kind of mix it up, spread them out between multiple tier ones, and kind of throw a little bit of a mix in there, right? Even if it's just stuff like citations or profiles or PBN here and there, or some low authority edits or something like that. But yeah, I mean, if they're just fresh Web 2.0s, though, I just don't really see too much of a benefit in this. And I would say you'd be much better off, instead of spending your time doing this, just focus on quality links straight to your money site, even if it's just good old fashioned outreach, or trying to get some haro links or something like that. Yeah. Anything else to add on that, Nick?
The only time you're going to see this kind of thing work, if it's what I kind of imagine that it is when you're strategically using spam mixed in with like blue chip links, so to speak, to kind of emulate rapid growth and press.
Yeah.
But that's a way advanced tactic, and this on its own isn't going to do anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So yeah, essentially even like the blog comments, even though a
mhm.
lot of them are no follow and whatnot, they carry some authority to them. And so when you start mixing out like spam blog comments with, I don't know, or those like spam info domains and whatever else people like to
Yeah.
use these days, I mean, then you're really starting to create more of like a black hat recipe right? But yeah, the Web 2.0s alone, I just don't really know how much that's going to do for you. Probably not too much. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.